Welcome back to the Daily Share. Justice mode. Now, in the Aaron Hernandez trial, the focus, not a surprise, is on the football star suspect himself. But prosecutors want to make sure that those jurors sitting in that box don't forget the man that he's accused of killing. There he is right there, Odin Lloyd. And today, one of Lloyd's childhood friends, well, he shared his memories. Take a listen.
When is the next time you had any contact with Odin Lloyd?
That was it.
Okay. The following day, did somebody call you?
Yeah.
And as a result of that call, did you go somewhere?
Correct.
And when you went, where did you go?
I went to his house.
And approximately what time was that?
After 8, around 9.
Okay. And when, was it light or dark out at that time?
It was nighttime.
Okay. And when you got there, did you see anybody you recognized?
His family.
And how many?
His entire family.
Okay.
Majority of them.
And did you see anybody else?
The police.
Okay. Now, did you see anything in or around his home, in the yard?
Yeah, the black SUV, the black Suburban was still in the driveway.
Okay. And at that time, did you learn something had happened to Odin?
Correct.
And what was that?
Objection is sustained.
Did you learn he was no longer living?
Correct.
Sustained.
Okay. It's okay. When did you learn that something had happened to Odin Lloyd?
I had a call about after 8 from his sister asking me if I had spoken to him for that day.
Sustained.
Okay. So when did you learn?
Around 8:30.
Okay. And what did you learn about Odin Lloyd?
Objection is sustained.
Could we approach Your Honor, please? Was Odin Lloyd your friend?
Correct.
Okay. Did you see your friend on Monday?
No.
Okay. Tuesday?
No. Tuesday,
Wednesday?
what date? What's the date?
Okay. June 17th?
Objection.
2013?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Yes. Did you see Odin Lloyd on June 17th of 2013?
No.
Okay. Tuesday, the 18th?
No.
Objection.
Wednesday, the
Sustained.
19th?
Sustained.
Okay. Did you ever see him again?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been to a place, a cemetery in Boston?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. Move on.
Odin Lloyd's childhood friend, and back with us, excellent criminal defense attorney Brian Claypool. So, Brian, let's talk about it. What about the prosecution strategy? This, after all, is about the victim. They have his childhood friend on the stand. How effective, Brian?
Well, it's very effective, Joey, and you're a great criminal defense lawyer as well, and you know that when you're dealing with a high-profile defendant, somebody where you have the owner of the Patriots coming in, Robert Kraft, who's revered throughout the community, talking about how he signed Hernandez because he's a great guy, a great player. You need something to counter that. The jury can't forget that there's a human being here that was killed, because you need a voice for that deceased human being, Lloyd, and you need to counter the fact. It's obvious what the lawyers for Hernandez are doing. They want the jurors to believe that Hernandez is such a great guy, such a great athlete. He's revered by Kraft in the community, that he can never do this. So you need to have Lloyd's voice spoken.
Humanizing.
Joey, prosecutors say they're going to rest their case on Thursday. Do you think they've done enough to convince the jury so far?
You know, Yasmin, I have to tell you, I understand it's a circumstantial case, but boy, have they put on quite a bit. You and I have talked about it. You have the picture of him holding what appears to be a gun. It could be an iPad, maybe not. You've got those footprints that are at the scene of the crime. You've got DNA on bubble gum. You have, all of these. And look at it right there. There's the photo. That's big. I mean, is it a coincidence that right after and right before the murder, he's holding a gun? You have Cheyenne walking out of house with a bag. And so what am I saying? Do we have a murder weapon? No. Do we have an absolute motive that he would do it? No. But there's an awful lot here, Yasmin, that point to one murderer and perhaps two others. They haven't been tried yet, but that's Aaron Hernandez in this case. So that's my view, at least at this point. And Brian, I just want to focus on you. Now, if you're Hernandez's defense team, what do you do moving forward? Because you know what? They're going to close down their case, as Yasmin just mentioned. It's time for you to put on your case. What do you got to do to bring it home?
Well, I got to tell you, Joey, I'm probably the wrong guy to ask, because if I was Hernandez's lawyer, I probably would have taken some kind of mental health defense or some kind of diminished capacity defense early on in the case because of what you just said. There is a mountain of evidence suggesting that he was involved, either shot Odin Lloyd or orchestrated the whole thing. And I clearly would have taken some kind of defense that maybe he had some kind of injury playing football, maybe he was traumatized because of his father's death. But I will tell you, the only thing they can really hang their hat on here is playing up Aaron Hernandez's reputation, that this is such a great guy. Much like remember the Robert Blake trial, the O.J. Simpson trial? My strategy would be...
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Forget about the evidence here. Focus on, this is a guy that could never, ever do this. And that's it.
And I have to say quickly before we go, Joey, that we didn't think O.J. Simpson was going to get off, and he did.
That is so true, Yasmin. Never say never. Brian and I know that. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Will they pull it out in this case? It remains to be seen. Brian Claypool, Yasmin and I appreciate you. The viewers appreciate you. And thanks for so much for joining us today. And let's hear from you at home. Your thoughts, your pictures. Keep them coming.